Old Nintendo Gamer.
And son.
So a couple of weeks back, I got a video of this on, here's my weekly plug of Old Nintendo Gamer and Son. I've been playing another racer, and this one is more of a hands-on than anything else, and I don't really have too much to say about it, other than what other outlets have said about it as well. And I got my hands thanks to one of my students, who actually is my boss's son. He had I think he did well in his end of year exams a couple of months back. End of semester exams rather, because we've had just passed the Lunar New Year here. So he did well in his exams, and for his success in his exams, his parents bought him Mario Kart Live home circuit. So every Wednesday I teach him, and we've in the Sesame Street English school I teach in, we have a little private lesson with him and another one of his friends, Daniel. Big shout out to both of those boys, lovely boys. We went down to the now disused library in the basement. So it's basically a large open area, but it's got lots of boxes and old puzzle piece flooring, which are like the foam pads. So we were using all the kind of paraphernalia down there to build tracks with in Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. And then I was, as we were playing, I was taking some videos which I put, edited together for Old Nintendo Gamer and Son. And the first kind of thing is that the Mario himself in the kart, it's quite a sizable little kart, Some people said it's huge, but it's the right size it is, but it does feel slightly larger than you would imagine it is. Probably because of that camera sticking out the top as well, like a periscope. Really solidly built, as you would imagine. And then you can basically put him on the floor and just drive around in a kind of open kind of mode, just to use it as a normal RC car. And the first thing that's evident is the way that the wheels work. If you've ever used an RC car, if you were going over a slight bump, the car would really get some elevation and bump up. The drive in the wheels, and I've read somewhere as well that Velan Studios, who developed this, which is EA second kind of party development studio, developed the kind of drive for the wheels on this. It's using the battery in a certain way that if you do go over a bump, it doesn't launch the kart into the air at all. It maintains the drive over an obstacle. And pretty much it can go up over a centimeter bump basically, and not feel like the kart has just gone flying in the air. It maintains this forward motion all the time because of this wonderful drive system they've got. The motor that drives the kart forward, really, really solid. Looks really good when it's driving. We played it for about 2.5 hours. Most of the time, to be honest, was building the tracks, visualizing a track, getting the boys to think, right, what kind of track do you want here? And then putting the track together, and then setting Mario Kart up on your Switch. First of all, you drive around the track in the shape you want. You put your 1, 2, 3, 4 gate posts down, basically, and you drive through them in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the shape of the track you want, and then it memorizes that. And then once it's memorized that track, you can then choose a plethora of options. And he hadn't had it for long since we tried it, so we only got to choose between 50cc and 100cc. I never saw anything faster. So we tried a bit of 50cc first of all, because they're only like 10, 11 years old. So it feels slow, because I'm not playing it now. I'm just watching Mario go around. It's so pedestrian. It's like, oh my God, look how slow Mario's going around there. But when you actually get your hands, that's the kart itself, the solid kart. It looks very slow as it's moving around the track. But as you looking through the Switch from Mario's perspective, this complete disjunct, it feels like he's traveling at quite a speed. Even on 50cc, it feels like 50cc Mario Kart. It doesn't feel like what you see in real life. And like I say, the plethora of options. You can choose basically, once you've drawn your track, what the track kind of details are. You can have it like an 8-bit Mario. The gates, then you can basically drive to a gate and say, right, as Mario's looking at the gate, I want this gate to be a gate with a fire bar swinging back and forth. And then you go to the next gate. I want this gate to have item boxes on it or a speed boost. You can go around and choose what each gate does before you race. So when you start, then you get basically in view of the starting gate, which is gate 1. And then it gives you a countdown and you're off. And it feels like you're playing Mario Kart. So you drive in there and you're looking at the Switch, and everything feels like Mario Kart. The items, the characters on screen are all the Koopa kids, So there are another 7 drivers on there. You're jockeying for position with them. And all the items you pick up, like the mushroom and all that, instant. And this is another thing which is really good, how fast it connects to the Switch as well. There's no lag whatsoever. So as soon as you hit that, yes, the real vehicle, you see a visible speed boost. The speed boost is amazing. The only thing which felt a little off, and it's only because I didn't get enough time playing it, is the drifting mechanic. When you start drifting, and it's exactly the same as Mario Kart, you hold the ZR button, and it feels like it's a tighter drift. Now, if you watch the actual kart itself in real life drifting, it doesn't drift. So it's trying to counterbalance the way that the back wheels and the front wheels work to make it feel like you're drifting when you're playing it on the Switch. So when you look at it in real life, it just looks like it's turning at a weird angle. But when you start drifting, when you're playing it on the Switch, it drifts in too much in the beginning. And you've basically, as soon as you hit that drift button, you've got to counter the drift by pushing out towards the side of the corner. Wonderful, I suppose, on an extremely tight corner, but it would take a lot of getting used to. But all the kind of drift mechanics of the sparks that come up as you drift for longer, it goes blue, then it goes brown, and then you get a speed boost out of that as well, which is equated into the real life Mario Kart, getting in that boost. It does feel really, really, really nice. We built about 4 different tracks, and one of them was really extensive. So you can only be apparently 5 meters from the kart itself. So if you can imagine, if you're standing in the middle, a 5 meter space around you all the way around is quite a considerable amount of floor space. And we had enough floor space in this library to do that. So we'd be sitting on this round chair, which is like an oversized buffet, in the middle of it, and build a track right around us at the end. It's just fantastic fun. I knew it was a solid piece of kit from the moment we saw it on the kind of Nintendo Direct and the bits and pieces that Nintendo showed of it, and from other people speaking about it. But when you get your hands on it and see what it actually does, and the kind of, if I was a kid, I'd be loving this, the limitless possibilities of using my Lego sets to implement some bridges and tunnels and stuff like that into the Mario Kart experience. Would be fascinating to see. If my son was younger, I would have already have picked up a set. That's the only thing that's put, that I wouldn't buy it, is because of its limited use that I'd get out of it myself. But for someone, Greg, with a couple of younger children who would potentially like Mario Kart as well, and are inventive and creative, and that kind of family experience of building a track together for me, is more than half the fun of actually playing the Mario Kart game after. It'd be a wonderful experience to share with a family there. I highly recommend this if you've got the right family size and age, I believe.
Yeah, it does sound good. And to be honest, our living room and kitchen, I think we could do some pretty cool tracks in around there. The problem I have is, I would quite like to buy it, but Jacob will be 5 in April, and Oscar's 2, and I'm scared to buy it because I feel like they would break it because they pretty much destroy everything else. So I think Jacob could almost get away with it, and I could probably trust him enough to use my Switch to be able to play it. But I know Oscar would be going around ripping the gates and stuff.
Yeah, those gates are cardboard Labo stuff, you know. They don't feel already. My his name is Ryder. I may as well just shout out my boss's son. His name is Ryder, and already he's a careful child as well. He's not somebody 11 years old who would go around destroying things. Two of the gate legs have already ripped and are probably going to need some taping up required very soon.
Yeah, that's the danger. I still might maybe this Christmas or something. I'll see if there's any deals on it, because it does seem pretty cool.
Definitely one worth watching out for, especially if it does get a reduction. I don't see again a reduction, but you can always have printable. I think the Nintendo website has printable signs, so you could make your own kind of Lego kind of gate and then put the printable sign stuck to it or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
But a little one chasing Mario around the room and destroying Jacob's time trial run, yeah, that might not go down. Might be fights ensuing there.
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.